Another stock market summary for the week that we just ended. Let's talk about the major averages, the indices. Let's talk about the news. And this week, actually, the channel got something that's new. The first time in the world, our channel, Stock Talk with Micha Stocks, that currently has 4.3K subscribers. And if you're not subscribed yet, it would be a great opportunity to do so. Started getting a daily show. The title is not yet finalized, but every day I will try to have Chatty, my ChatGPT co-host, talk to me about the stock markets. By the way, in a few hours, you might get notified with another video with her and me having a conversation on the week that we had in the stock market. Stay tuned for that. And of course, if you're not subscribed, it would be a great idea. Let's dive directly in to the stock market. This is how the week ended. The Russell 2000, ticker IWM, ended with plus 2%. Dow Jones up almost 1%. S&P up 0.8%. And the NASDAQ 0.26%. Those are the major averages. When we look at the indices, you can see utilities up 3.4%. Real estate up 3%. Financials up 2.3%. But on the flip side, you can see the energy going down 2.6% after the fear of Israel attacking Iran kind of was taken off the table, but we have a new week ahead of us, and we don't know how that is going to turn out. When we'll look at the crude oil, you'll see that it's down as well. Crypto market, strong week. Bitcoin up 3.3% for the week. Ethereum up 0.74% for the week. Look at the commodities. You can see gold and silver, all-time highs. We're going to talk about gold in a second. And crude oil versus natural gas. Crude oil down 8%, natural gas down 13.5%. And this is the Magnificent Seven. Here they are. Apple up 3%, Nvidia up 2.3%, Tesla up 1.3%, Microsoft fractionally up, but Meta, another week of negative returns, 2.2%. That, of course, brings us directly into the news. Well, we'll start with gold. This is how gold topped the week. $2,700 for an ounce. That's a new all-time high for gold. Pressure, inflation, high debt, geopolitical tension, election, everything you can think of brings gold and more traders FOMO into the gold trade. At a point, it will be too crowded. Currently, it just keeps on going up. When we look at GDP now from the Atlanta Fed, you can see that the US GDP as of October 17th is 3.4% for 2024. Again, a very resilient and strong market, and recession is not even in the cards. Nuclear, this was the week of nuclear. Both Amazon and Google both stepped in with Alphabet or Google purchasing power from small modular reactors, which are the SMRs, and Amazon bought nuclear-powered data centers as well. Everyone is stepping in and understanding that in order to recharge the AI data centers, or actually provide electricity for them, you will have to have more energy than the grid offers right now. Solar is not enough, wind is not enough, and they will need nuclear. Mark Benioff with a huge tweet against, guess who? Microsoft and Copilot. Mark Benioff, the founder and CEO of Salesforce, as you know them, CRM is their ticker, is saying the following: when you look at how Copilot has been delivered to customers, it's disappointing. It just doesn't work. And it doesn't deliver any level of accuracy. Whether it's because he wants to push Salesforce's GPT or he really has criticism, this is a real hit for Microsoft, of course. Apple, on the other hand, their new iPhone 16 series shipment in China apparently jumped 20% in their first 3 weeks compared to the iPhone 15, which was a huge surprise to the market. And Apple got to all-time high again this week. Bloomberg reports that Tesla full self-driving faces another U.S. defect probe after a fatality that happened in the past. This is a NHTSA investigation. Amazon cloud boss decides that he wants to see everyone in the office. He says the following thing: come in for 5 days a week or don't come in anymore to Amazon. We'll see how many people will leave Amazon if that happens. CVS replaces their CEO, Karen Lynch, with their executive, David Joyner. He's a prominent executive inside CVS. The results are going down, and they hope that David Joyner will be able to lift the results back. By the way, both them and Walgreens, ticker WBA, have issues with their results, with their financial results. JP Morgan, ticker JPM, said that the markets are pricing in Donald Trump's election win. And we can see that in the market. The market isn't fearful of the election. Now, is JP Morgan correct or not? We will see that November 5th or actually November 6th, hopefully. But currently, that's what the market isn't too fearful of what's going on in the election. U.S. officials are probing Taiwan Semi with very strong results this week. But right after that, they're probing and saying the relationship with Chinese tech giant Huawei are not allowed. Taiwan Semi, a few hours later, saying, we are a law-abiding company, and if you found something that we need to fix, we will fix. NVIDIA supported Ubitus, and they're also seeking nuclear adjacent data centers in Japan. Everyone is right now looking for nuclear power. That has become the new hot thing in the market. Apple announces that they're adding to a firm that does buy now, pay later, also adding PayPal and Klarna to the same idea of buy now, pay later. That, of course, impacted the firm stock that went down because people said, okay, now they have competition. And this blue bar, this is ASML bookings for the next few quarters. And this is troubling. ASML, with a report that came out earlier than expected because someone uploaded it earlier than expected, shows or actually reports a 50% decline in their order book. That might be the canary in the coal mine for the whole chip trade, or it might be a fluke, a Q3 fluke that happens almost every year. It's a seasonal weak quarter. You can see it. 3 out of the 4. Last Q3, actually, out of the 5. Last Q3, you can see the last Q3 was low, and you can see 3 quarters before that also low. Hopefully, at least investors in ASML hope that it's a fluke. We don't know. The issue is that they're saying that the AI machines the orders are very strong, but their percentage is currently still low. The regular fabs are not growing. That might be because of Intel that is mainly ordering those. And if we talk about Intel, Qualcomm says that they're going to wait till the election before they decide to move and maybe to acquire Intel. Once Broadcom heard that, they said, wait, maybe we would like to acquire Intel. Intel has become a target for companies with big balance sheets because they have a lot of fabs and a lot of employees that can really, really excel. But currently, whether it's management, whether it's focus, they're not at that point. The U.S. is considering export limits on NVIDIA and AMD on AI chips to the Middle East. That would be very interesting as well because that puts the Middle East the same place as China. And Elliott Management, an activist group, asks for a December special meeting for Southwestern Airline, ticker LUV, because they want to cut the amount of board members. They want to focus the company. They want to basically get a better return on their investment. Eli Lilly is going to invest $364 million in UK biotech and obesity research initiatives. SoFi securing $2 billion deals with Fortress to boost their loan platform. And last but not least, last week, probably at the time that I'm recording this, China held a military drill around Taiwan. It was one of the biggest, if not the biggest, drill. China wants to get Taiwan back underneath the Chinese flag. Whether it's going to happen in the next year, 2 years, 3 years, it's not clear, but it is clear that that is their ambition and probably what is going to happen unless someone would stop them. That brings us to the week ahead, and this is going to be a very interesting week, and we're going to start it, of course, with earnings. This week is going to be driven by earnings and the market itself. I'll show you in the charts in a second. Monday, we will get SAP. We're just starting the week, so we'll get SAP, Nucor, and Logitech. Tuesday, it's going to be a lot more interesting. Verizon, GM, 3M, Raytown, all these before the bell. You might hear from Lockheed Martin, GE Aerospace, Freeport McMoran, and others. And then after the bell, we will get from Enphase, Seagate, Baker Hughes, Texas Instrument, and others. But that brings us to the big Wednesday, with Boeing, AT&T, Coca-Cola, Nextera Energy, GE Vernova, Thermo Fisher, and others. And if we're talking about Boeing, as of a few hours, the management and the workers got to an agreement that needs to be, of course, approved by everyone, got to an agreement, and probably the employees of Boeing will go back to work instead of being on a strike. But after the bell, we're going to get Tesla, Lam Research, IBM, and other companies. Brings us to Thursday with American Airlines, UPS, Southwest, NASDAQ, and of course other companies and Union Pacific as well. And after the bell, Dexcom, Deckers, Western Digital, Skechers, and others. Friday's more calm day with Colgate-Palmolive, Wisdom Tree, and New York Community Bancorp. When we look at other things during the week, we will have a few Fed speeches on Monday and a few investor days. Same on Tuesday, nothing out of the ordinary. Wednesday around 2 p.m., we will get the beige book, the Fed beige book, where we will understand how the Fed looks at the current situation. Thursday, during the whole week, we're going to get, of course, earnings. We talked about that. Nothing special beyond that. No special macro reports. As I mentioned, mainly earnings and the market. We are now, this is the S&P 500. We are now 6 consecutive weeks of being up weeks. This is usually the time where you expect a pullback. You expect some kind of correction. What you're seeing here is the 20-week moving average. And as you can see, we are currently above it in a relatively stretched way, around 4 to 5% from that 20-week moving average. Does that mean that we need to fall very strong and get to that point? I'm not sure. What I do know is after 5 weeks or 6 weeks of green stretch, you might, or at least you should be prepared for that kind of correction. Will it happen this week or next week or the week after or ever? Yes, it will probably happen. And I want to give you a quick reminder that there's a saying that says that stocks go up in the stairs and go down in the elevator, which means that they go up slowly, but they crash very, very fast. How this week is going to end, we don't know. We do know that 55.60 or around 5,600 is a support for the market. And we're currently breaking all-time highs. We are 16 days before election. We are still with tensions in the Middle East. While I'm recording this, things are still calm. I don't know when you will see it, if things will still stay calm. Stay tuned. Turn notifications on, because there might be a new video that will be posted, whether tonight or tomorrow. Maybe that would be very interesting. Beside that, every day, daily video, Chatty and me are chatting about the market. Thank you very much. Smash that like button, and I will meet you next week, if not every day, actually. Till next time. Bye-bye.